Who are you? What kind of man are you when there's nobody around?
I've been involved in combat sports now 18 years. Started at 13 years old as a Thai boxer. I used to come in the gym and spar. I had heart and I was tough, but I didn't win a round. Hundreds of rounds, nose bust, black eye, crying, coming out of the ring, and then I just kept tight and kept tight and kept tight, and then one day I've won a round. I won that round. And I started winning rounds, and I started coming to the gym more. I started believing in myself. And then the next minute I'm on posters, I'm on shows, and I'm a champion, and I just blew up like that.
So having that combination of physical strength, which is important, but having also the ability to have mental strength and emotional strength, you know, because oftentimes it's that emotional and mental ability that gets us through the darkest times in life.
1,000,000%. If you get this right, everything else will follow. I learnt a long time ago that as a boxer, as a fighter, as a Thai boxer, I was in the World Championships in Thailand and I was sat with my trainer Steve, and I got a guy from Russia. So I says to Steve, oh, he looks hard. Squash nose, scar tissue all over his face. He says, let me tell you something. He says, this guy takes a lot more punches than he should have. He says, you see that guy over there? Glasses, skinny, like that, jumps off of the bench, wins the gold medal. Never judge a book by its cover.
That's exactly the same anywhere in life, innit? You can often beat yourself emotionally before anything happens. And if the mind's not right, everything struggles. There's times when all of my defense mechanisms sort of crumble and just don't work. You know what I mean? I've got to let things out. Is that something you experience?
I experienced that massively before, you know, after I lost my partner Steve. That's when I experienced that most. When I met Steve, we became the best of friends. We spent every day together. We became partners in a gym. We spent every day together. We'd sit down and we'd talk about this empire that we're going to build, this gym we're going to build full of champions, full of great people. And it was happening. And then for him to drop dead in front of me, it was like my world had crumbled. I suffered from very bad anxiety. You know, I lost a lot of weight. I didn't look good at all. You know, I'd sit in bed, think about it, panic attacks, anxiety, worry. And then I just thought to myself, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm from a strong Irish family, I'm from a strong background, I've got a good family behind me. And I've got to move forward as a person and as a fighter, because that's what I am, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter, I've got a good head and a good heart, and I'll keep going.
Because I lost my mum 5 years ago. And I remember when I lost my mum, and my mum was, like Steve, my mum was my best friend. Like, she was my #1 support network. And I remember when she first died, and you first get that news, and you have that moment, it feels like you're in a movie, and you have that moment of just sheer horror and panic, and you can feel your heart going, and you can't get your breath. And that feeling lasted for like 48 hours, the first 2 days. And I remember I could just feel this sense of just darkness creeping over me. And everything in me wanted to just like rage at the world. I wanted to go out and smash things up and get drunk. I wanted to destroy myself, you know, to dull the pain. But I remember being sat there with my family, and Koby, my son at the time, it was 2, and looking at him and knowing that this was going to be a pivotal moment for me. I couldn't let this darkness envelop me, and I could just go under. I knew in that moment, if I was going to be a man and a father and going to be the son that she wanted me to be, I had to make a good choice. And I had to stand on that cliff edge and consciously take a step back. I think there is a mental health crisis at the moment, you know, and there's lots of debate on where that comes from. But personally, I think that we have this image of how we would like our life to be. Yeah, we have this image of the man that we want to be and who we want to become, and then we have the reality of how we act. And those two things don't mix. And I genuinely believe that most people's mental health worries and problems and concerns that we have happen when who we are and what we do aren't aligned. These definitions of what masculinity is, they're so narrow. Do you know what I mean? They're so narrow that they become just meaningless. And I want to tell people, it's all right to fail. And And if you're failing often, it means you're trying often. Most of my life I've been, especially in my 20s, I was a coward for long periods of time. Like I picked the easiest route out. I was a coward. I did things that I know I shouldn't have done. You know, and I have no excuses for that. There was never a time in my life when I didn't know, as a man, what the right thing to do was. And I think it's really important for men to have the honesty, you know, and to say, I've been weak.
It's like what you say about a coward. A hero and a coward are the same thing. It's fear. But a hero knows how to project its fear. Do you know what I mean? He knows how to use, he knows how to rise. The coward don't. And that's when I think when you know you're worried or stuff like that, you've got to be brave. It's bravery. And I think a lot of that is about being a realist and understanding the kind of world we live in. You know, it's not a game show, you know, and it's not a rehearsal. You've got to realise that we're here once, you know, and you've got to make the best of it. And you know, whatever has happened in your life, whatever age you're at, there's still chance, there's still hope, there's still opportunity. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You've got to take risks. I think if you just keep at that end goal, keep going, whether it's, I don't know, it can be relationship, it can be business, it can be life, it can be the gym, anything, you've just got to keep on keeping.